Welcome back, all you awesome people, to another Warpath video. Today's video, by popular request, people were asking me, how do I level up my factions? What factions would I choose now to be the best faction? What units would I concentrate on? Those are some pretty complicated questions, meaning I've learned a lot, but I haven't learned everything. And many of you guys have different opinions. So stay tuned to the video as we're going to go over all these points. Welcome back, everybody, to another Warpath video. Today's video, we're going to go over what I would do if I could do all over again my units. I had some questions for some people that said, hey, Grant, what faction would you use? What faction would you concentrate on? What units would you concentrate on? So this video is going to be short, but I'm going to try to get to the point as fast as possible about what I would do, knowing what I know now. That might not be the case here in 6 months, but as you guys know, we learn and we live. So, right here, as you can see, we have Vanguard, we have Liberty, and we have Martyr's Watch. We have German units, we have American units, and we have Russian units. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Vanguard, Germany, Liberty, American, Martyr's Watch, and that is Soviets. Now, what is so good about the Vanguard? Well, me personally, I like the Vanguard because they have a really good artillery that can kill super heavies and a lot of tanks and stuff like that. They have the anti-tank gun. The anti-tank gun is huge. I like that. Okay. They also have the super heavy. The super heavy is only in the Vanguard, and as you guys know, you can also buy that in the VIP store. And you can get lucky to level that up pretty quick because the VIP packs at VIP 10 on will have the Lions, which are the super heavy, and they will also have Vanguard 5-star unlocks, which are coupons. So you're able to get that. They have a really good TDS, which is a tank destroyer. That starts off for most people getting good around the Nashorn level or whatever, but anyway, they have some good units in it. But I've noticed that the Vanguard is kind of more defensive in nature. They have some really good armor and stuff like that. However, Martyr's Watch has amazing artillery. They have special to them the rockets, and the rockets, even though I don't think that they're so much a long-term item, they are really good in the field. So if you have people still rocking infantry and bunkering, if you still have people that want to move around fast on a field, they're very fast. They move fast. You don't have the artillery going slow where they die. They carry a lot of structural damage, and they barrage with a bunch of rockets towards the infantry. So it's pretty cool, but that is specific only to the Martyr's Watch. Okay. After that, you have a lot of the Soviet tanks that are high in durability, that some of them even pack quite a punch or whatever. As you know, the Soviets made some really amazing tanks in the World War. So yeah, they have some really good tank units. And the officers that are specific to Martyr's Watch are mainly towards the artillery side. So they have some really good artillery as well. And then you have Liberty, which is the American. Now the Liberty is pretty interesting. So the Liberty has the howitzer, which is good for structural damage, but its main deal is that it is exclusive to the light tank. The light tank is only in the Liberty, and the light tanks are super fast. I've seen them up to 70 kilometers an hour or more, fully buffed up. I mean, they are super fast. You get 8 of them. So when you pair, the lights with Miller, it could be really deadly with how many shots they can fire off, per second or whatever. But anyway, the lights are really good against, artillery and other stuff like that where they get behind the lines, and you can move away and you can heal by using certain officers. So I really like the light tanks out of this. They also have the one that I personally like. Some guys might not like it, but I like their heavy. Their heavy is the Churchill. The Churchill had heavy machine gun, like decent firepower. It was one of the fastest or more fast heavy than the rest. And then it also carries a lot of structural damage, which I thought was super cool, because most of the tanks is vehicle damage or personal damage, but the Churchills, they have a lot of structural damage, which is pretty cool in the field if you like doing bases and stuff like that. So those are the 3 different factions. If I had to do it all over again, you know, and this one's a tough one for me because I really liked a lot of the Liberty units, but I would probably go with Martyr's Watch and Vanguard if I did not spend a bunch because of the defensiveness. So Vanguard and Martyr's Watch. But if I really heavily invested in a lot of tickets and I was always battling on the field like a lot, I think that Martyr's Watch and Liberty would be really good for the field. That's my personal opinion. So you guys might differ in a little bit on that. So leave a comment down below, you know, how you feel about that, which one you would do, not do, what are the points, the pros, the cons. But that's pretty much, to all you guys who are new to the game, that's the difference between their 3 factions. Now, to level up each faction, you have what they call, in this camp rank, you have these missions, right? And everybody starts off down here with the 30-minute one. This is the level 1. Okay, and you know, most people, they just have basic commanders and they pick one for each one. Now the way that you want to do it is you want a Liberty commander to do a Liberty. Why? Because it gives this green bonus, and whenever you pair it with, you know, the intelligence, and the mission requirements is intelligence, when you pair those 2 together, you get a chest, and that chest is going to give you a coupon, a statue, copper parts chest, tech rush, or basic officer XP. And so these definitely get better as they go up in the levels or whatever. But anyway, that's how you do that. After that, whenever you've researched some, you get level 2, right? And so what it is see this bar right here? Like, I'll go to this one. So as you can see, I'm still on Affinity 1. This bar right here goes up, and when it's done, you click and you can research, and it goes up to the next level. Okay? So anyway, when you go up to the next level, you get 2. These are 4 hours. You go up to 3s, they're 7 hours. You go up to 4, like I've unlocked this 4th one, it's 11 hours. So once you get higher, you really need to concentrate on the ones that you want. And doing just one is not necessarily that good. Now, you could get up higher, but really you need 2. Why do I say that? Because in the buffs, when you go here, and take this one for example, when you have the buffs unlocked, you have level 1, level 2, and level 3. Most people are going to be around the level 2, pushing into the level 3, but level 2. So when you have 3 units of Liberty, it gives you this. What do I mean by 3 units? You have 3 units in your 5-unit march that you click deploy on. If 3 of them are Liberty, you get this buff. Well, there's not 6 marches, there's only 5. So what do I do then? Well, your lesser units, but you still use, would be in another faction. So you would have 2 of them and get a 3% buff. So this is called a 3-2 split, where you have 3 of one unit and 2 of the next unit. Okay? And you get both of those buffs as much as possible until you get down in this range where you can rock 4 or 5 of the same thing and get, you know, additional damage and stuff like that, additional buffs for that. But needless to say, so you want to research 2 of these heavily and leave your 3rd one that you're not really having the units to fight with, which in my case was the Martyr's Watch, lagging behind, so that you can push, because as you get up into these levels, it takes quite a bit to research it or whatever. Okay, and you want to try to pick the highest. So how would I do that? If I'm pushing Liberty, I push it right here, right? I'm gonna click this to get, you know, well, I can't get the 100% because my officers aren't strong enough. I need to level them up more. Yeah, I know, weak. Now this one, if I'm doing my 2nd one, which would be Vanguard or whatever, I'm going to click this to get the 100. Now, I've did the Liberty and the Vanguard, which I'm pushing for. So the next one, if I'm pushing mainly for Liberty or whatever, I'm going to look to get this. Now, I don't get the bonus because all my officers that were for Liberty are gone. So I need to meet the requirements, which I'm not really meeting them. As you can see right here, I'm not really going to meet the requirements. So I have two choices. I can either refresh and try and hope for the best again, that, you know, this would change or whatever, or I can decide to research something else, like trying to go here or something. But anyway, you pick specifically what your next one is to try to get, you know, that 100%, but you're using officers that are not in there, so you kind of lose the bonus, but you're trying to level up that that specific camp or whatever. So that's how that goes. And then for the units, when you go to the units, you want to make sure that you understand them properly. I think the attribute section is probably going to be the best, because personal damage being like infantry and stuff like that, vehicle damage, and then structural damage. So as you can see, these Churchills, the most damage is in the structural. So like if I'm trying to do bunkers, or I'm trying to do bases or something that's more structural, that type of unit's going to benefit it. If I'm doing mainly vehicle damage, meaning in the field or whatever, high penetration, you know, like a tank destroyer, I want high vehicle damage and low everything else. So you got to make sure as you rank this up, it's reflective, and the stats that you have for your unit right here are always going to be reflective of what you put in it. So not only the parts, like you can see 152, 46, 32. So right here, it went up in the firepower or whatever, just due to that. So you want to put your parts and also your modifications. You can get your penetration depth, what your armor is currently, and also your march speed up through your modifications. You also get additional buffs right here. So like each time a power is met, you get advanced. So like if I keep going, I get more firepower, I get more durability, and some more penetration depth, so forth and so on, all the way down here to 10, which I get an additional 40,000 firepower by my unit being 28,000 each. The durability another 19,000, and an armor depth of 11.6 millimeters, which is huge, you know. So the 10s are very, very good or whatever. Those are some of the bonuses that you eventually get on that one. So that would be my best advice to what faction to use, what units to use, and also how to level them up. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button. Till next time, guys. Peace.